coming.
Okay, all right.
But okay. Spawning here, screwing with some mind games a little bit. Bottom right, he did select random, ended up with Protoss once again. It's going to be the yellow Protoss Patco, aka Caliber.
The top left as the pink Zerg, it is Scarlett. Zerg, Zerg, Zerg.
Now, the nice thing is there is a loser's bracket. This is worth mentioning because not necessarily for Scarlett, more so for Caliber, what I'm thinking. But hey, you know, this could go any direction. Double elimination means that we're going to have 2 players from the winner's bracket and 1 player from the loser's bracket qualify through tonight. So 3 players in total, and then we've got that one little sweet spot for an invite afterwards.
Yep. So you deserves it by the end of this tournament. We have Huck already like blasting through, of course, because Jim Rising did forfeit. He'll probably face AJK in round 3. Round 3 is where we start to see a lot more interesting matchups, like for instance Scarlett versus Drunken Boy.
So I'll give it to Jim Rising, by the way. Like I've done some thinking on this since I was like initially a little on tilt about his stupid forfeit, but you know, if he was gonna go eat, by choosing to forfeit and play the losers round like deliberately, it does save us time, and it won't hold up the winner's bracket by waiting and then forfeiting later. So
I just don't know how long it takes to eat.
Yeah, no, maybe he's actually cooking a meal or something. But
yeah,
my point is, like, that may have actually been a very good way to go about it.
I think, yeah, I agree. Unless he has like a hot pocket handy and actually make dinner.
No, don't eat a hot pocket for dinner.
Hot pockets are delicious.
Hot pocket.
But not very. Wait, have you ever had a hot pocket? Is this one of the things that like is
Yes, I've had a hot pocket. Yeah.
No, they do, because I remember seeing them in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, by the way, I've got an update on Jesse from TING. He says he'll be here in about 20-ish minutes, just finishing up stuff at work. So, that guy in chat who says he'll kick your ass, there it is right there. In fact, timing is everything. He's going to be here to answer questions you have about TING, but also, he didn't plan for this, but I've talked him into it, and we are going to have him challenge viewers while we're casting, and then make a big compilation. So the idea is to have someone filming him in real life, getting frustrated at losing to the viewers, and then make like a montage of it.
Slow-mo breaking the keyboard.
Yeah, Laser SEQ donates another $5 to this stream today with some very nice generosity. He says the Golden Armada is too close to Dominion space. Nerf those creepy Protoss. I like it. I like the cut of your jib.
Wow, that's a old-fashioned saying.
Confirmed at this point, by the way, the way you speak. So confirmed at this point that it's not Terran. Good for Scarlett to know. She goes from one gold base to another gold base because Prion Terraces was, of course, recently changed. But this leads me to have a lot of questions for Protoss. And something Caliber could do is throw down a lot of extra gateways and a robo all simultaneously instead of being forced to dedicate to one type of production style, one unit type. Because it was that first game that he lost, not because of the cannons, but because he had like 2 units on the field when Scarlett attacked.
Yeah, it was not so good. I think I hear the Overlord unloading, and there it is. The Lings are already in the main base. Yeah, that disgusting, gross, amazing sound. They're going to have +1 on the follow-up, too. It's still a lot of Lings coming through, so it's not done.
You could wall that through, which is nice. Lings in the main slowly being corralled into the natural. They're going to try and get on the other side of this pylon, maybe. Nope. Scarlett's just going to keep chipping away at the walls. Bit of an old-school Protoss tactic to just have to keep building, and more building, but you're going to have to cancel that forge. And he holds the top of this pretty damn well.
Well, then you just go for another Overlord drop. She's also getting speed, so the second Overlord's going to be even more.
This is so nice. This reminds me of when I had to bounce at a bar, and like you kick some asshole for being drunk, and you go in the back and like sneak back in because you pay like the owner a couple of bucks or buy some cocaine, and you're just like, God damn it, how many times do I have to throw you out of my base?
That is exactly what's happening, but sentries are now being warped in, and that's going to really help. However, the Lings in here... No, they're actually not going to get Stalker. And there's no more Lings going over there. This is just more and more and more Lings, and it's not working yet. She is down by 20 workers.
Yeah, Banelingness is actually going to follow this up, by the way. There's actually a comment on this. I remember she had done this similar tactics before and commented on, like, should I even bother waiting for +2? It feels like a waste. I should just go with the +1 and try to win. So she is going to go super ham and Busterino. I would like to actually see it done through Baneling drops more than actual just slamming into the wall. If she takes out those sentries, there's really no problem for the Lings.
Yeah, I really hope like that taking advantage of the sentries that are now being warped in would be ideal. I mean, down 20 workers, now down by 10, with some more on the way. If she didn't die to an attack, which Caliber might be setting up, she could deny the third for a very long time, and then I don't know if Protoss can really take the gold third, especially in a situation like this.
This is very visually a drop overlord. They did change the graphics, so they're easy to identify. But
thank God they weren't banelings.
No, it wasn't, but I mean, still, it's just the fact that she had that there. He should have seen that coming. She's going to drop the main with some Zerglings. More Overlord pickups. These ones going to have banelings in them. Death from above. Pick up that last one.
Oh, poor
no,
little guy.
no, she actually needs to pick up that last one. It takes 2 baneling hits without +2 weapon upgrades to kill probes.
Yeah, she'd only get half of the probes. Poor little guy is so confused.
She's still getting some pretty good worker kills, and I mean, even if it's the probes, again, just hitting the sentries gives her the ability to actually bust the ramp. But it is going to be, I'm guessing, drops for the mineral line, and oh, if she gets it now, Zombie Grub. Caliber is stacked like fuck on these mineral patches.
Ooh.
Oh, Scarlett, get in there. Okay, she's going to transfer back.
Well, there's also an Overload going in there, so, I mean, she was there when the transfer went through. That would have been baller.
It's still going to be pretty good hits, I imagine, because, we talked about this before. The way the minerals are stacked nowadays are much different. Like, affects Widowmine hits and such differently. He knows that there's banelings this time around. He's predicting this coming. But he doesn't see it coming in the main. However, Scarlett's baneling hits actually fail to hit correctly. So 10 kills is still great, but many of them left with 1 health because she does have +1 weapon upgrade, not +2. Again, that emphasis, +2 will obliterate a probe with 1 hit.
If only you could like transfer the lings and the banelings from Overlord to Overlord, because that one just died.
Oh, shimmy like around, yeah, like it's like was it in Batman when Bane hijacks the plane?
Yeah. Oh my God.
She was hoping a mass drop, but you know what? I actually don't know if she's got the capability to take on this army. Canceling those overlords might be her best bet. She's going to drop on top of the sentries. I love this idea, because everything, of course, is going to get force fielded in and around. Tries to before dying, unfortunately doesn't get the sentries. Soccer's great focus fire out of Caliber, and he's going to hold this location. But you know, as bad as this was for Scarlett, I'm not going to count it too high. She's got more bases than her opponent. Caliber's going to be pretty much mined out of his natural soon. So there is going to be this point in the next few minutes where he's going to be really hungry and unable to reinforce.
Yeah,
if she can hold on for just a little bit longer, she'll actually be good to go. These mineral patches have like barely 500 minerals. In fact, half of them are going to be gone here in a moment.
That's what I was questioning earlier on. Like, could Caliber even get a third base? And of course, I don't think he would get the gold third base if he tried. So, the long game, she probably could still win, but the attack is pretty good looking. And of course, now he knows that there's baneling drops. It's going to be pre-spread.
Right, but if he spreads out too much, it's the same problem Terran has versus Muta. Is the Lings will get those surrounds.
Nice.
Coming in on the back end, baneling rain on top of the main part of the army. Immortals are not that scary when you've got mass Lings, as she is going to take on this army, hallucination and all. Caliber not recalling. Could've, should've, would've. Gonna lose everything on the front lines. GG.
GG. Good luck.
Congratulations to Scarlett. She manages to get the series 2-1. But